Welcome, everybody. GDC 2026 recap. If you don't know what GDC is, we went to the game development conference. I guess it's called the Festival of Gaming now. We went there earlier this month, and so we wanted to give you a recap of all the stuff we did, all the things that we got to see, things that we released. And we've got a full house here. We've got myself, Colin, from the DevRel team, Anthony, Mika, and Mark, and we're going to kind of be breaking down some of the stuff that we worked on and some of the cool stuff that we saw on the show floor.
All right, so we had a booth. It looked fantastic. It was mission control themed. DevRel got these amazing flight jackets, and Colin got us these like custom little flight tags in Blurple. But yeah, we did a bunch of like booth talks there. We talked a lot about the things that we released, which we'll get into later. But we had like touch screens, a full console in the center that was all interactable. You could go up and push buttons and things would light up. We accidentally left out sticky notes, and you can see that people, I think on the right.
Accident? Was it truly an accident?
I'm not sure. I thought it was an accident.
It was a decoration, and then people went with it.
Yeah, people drew and put stuff all over. So it was really fun. I wish we kept them, but there's a lot of like really cute drawings and stuff on there.
Lots of Wumpus.
But yeah,
a lot of people trying to draw Wumpus from memory, I think was the best.
Yeah. Which, if you've never tried doing, you should try doing it right now. Don't look. It is not as easy as you think. Cool. Yeah, so a lot of people love the booth. And then we also did a hero talk, which I'll pass off to Mark to talk about.
Awesome. So not only did we do the booth, where we also gave a bunch of talks as well and got to engage in the community, which was awesome. I got to participate in our hero talk at GDC. So that was a full overview of all the new stuff we were doing. I haven't seen a recording for this out yet on the GDC Vault. Because it is a sponsored talk, it should come out and be free and available. I haven't seen any of the GDC 2026 stuff out yet. But it is a full overview. It may also show up on our YouTube channel. I need to actually check with our marketing folks. And also, just a delightful time hanging out with the entire DevRel crew. I am the second shortest person in the group, and I feel better about that because I used to be the shortest for quite a while, actually, which was a little strange experience for me. But yeah, GDC was great, and keep an eye out for that video, and I'm sure we'll post it in DDebs once it comes out. Let's go next slide.
Sweet. Awesome. So we're going to have a little fireside chat on our experience at GDC. If anyone in chat was at GDC, please type your answers as well. I want to hear what you have to say. So our first question for everybody, don't mind the spelling, but what were your favorite things from GDC? Let's kick it off with Mark.
First of all, Australian. Second of all, that's the right way to spell it. That's a thing. Yes, ENGB or ENAU. AU, I should say. Favorite things from GDC. Okay, I'm going to say two things because I'm going to say one thing. So one is there's a crew that I've been involved with called the Games Industry Gathering. That started during the pandemic. It was basically a chance for us all in the games industry to get together and like chat to each other and hang out. We used to do like Zoom calls and stuff. Anyway, we have a meeting at events, physical events. So we all kind of come together. So we all came together and got to hang out together. And it was lovely seeing people again that I usually see only about once a year or see online every so often, especially since they were a big part of my life during the pandemic. I'll popcorn over to Colin.
I think one of my favorite things is just seeing there's a whole section called Control Alt, I believe is what it is, or it's like alternate controllers for games. They have this every year, and it's really fun to just see like there was a game where there was a physical couch, and multiple people had to move this couch through different hallways and things to make it so that you could get through the hallways. So like having there was that. Last year there was one where you had to like pet a physical cat as the controller. So it's just like very funny to see like it was a fake cat that they made into a controller. And so figuring out how
Good clarification.
figuring out how like just different types of things. I think one of the other ones was like a hamster ball. It was like this massive inflatable ball, and you're like running inside this ball to make the character move. So that's always fun to see what people build, and we're checking out next year. Anthony.
Yeah. For me, it was just like the sheer amount of indies. The like, what is it? Is it IGDA? The like indie section was probably one of the biggest on the whole show floor. There weren't even like a ton of like AAA games at GDC this year. Like, you know, Meta was there, some of the big name players, but like a lot of the space was dedicated to indies. There was also like a section for all of the local game development like meetups to show off their games. So I know like Game Development San Francisco and Sacramento and I think San Jose all had their own spaces for like local indies to be showing off their games. So like I think literally like more than half of the space was for indies this year, which made me very happy. Indies are back, games are back. Yeah, Mika, how about you?
Mine is a little bit outside of GDC, but on one of the days, the carousel at the Yerba Buena
The carousel's great.
Gardens area, it was free for that day, and it was only playing video game MIDI music, and it just felt so nostalgic and beautiful. And I like rode the carousel to Megalovania, and it was so silly and fun. I loved that so much. So that was my favorite thing from GDC.
Can I inject also? Talking to people at the Discord booth was also delightful. Less outside of GDC, but also just like as a Discord developer and like working with all of y'all. It's always delightful to hang out with everyone who's actually building on our platform. So I just want to make a small shout out to the people watching. It's always lovely seeing you face to face at GDC.
All right, next question. What are you inspired to do post GDC? I will give this one to Anthony.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna like rest the weekend after and get sick, and somehow I was just like super energized. So I ended up kickstarting my like game development bug again, and I've been working on something for the last couple of weeks. I think I mentioned it before. It's this bug catching game that uses a bunch of Discord features. So I've got like Webflow OAuth in there. So you can authenticate and I'm going to connect it to my like community server so that you can like see some things back and forth, see like how many bugs you've caught, how many bugs your friends have caught, do events and stuff like that. So I'm really interested in playing with that like whole space. Yeah, Mark, what about you?
Ooh, I would say nap. Definitely have some sleeps. It was pretty good. Yeah, I was definitely down for some naps. It was a big week, and then I was traveling the week again afterwards. But I will shout out to I work on some open source stuff for Backends for Games. So continuing working on that and engaging with that community. Got to meet some people also at GDC that used some of that stuff. So that was lovely. And then sort of just playing in that space. So yeah, coding a bit, but yeah, mostly naps. Naps are good. Jamaica, I'm gonna hand it back over to you.
All right. I really want to make a game in Godot. I just want to make my gosh darn game in Godot. Indie games are awesome. I want to be a part of that. I just need the time to sit down and do it. I'm inspired to do so. It just hasn't happened yet.
Nice.
Colin?
Yeah, similarly, it sounds like three of us are making games. I am playing around in Unity. Got the Unity shirt on today. But yeah, I've been playing around Unity and probably making a game that's a little too ambitious, but playing around with some MOBA mechanics and kind of having some laning and creeps and things like that. So still figuring out how or why people would like want to play this game over literally any other game that's out there, but that's the fun part. So feeling inspired.
I love that y'all are making games, and I'm just like, yeah, I just keep making tools for games because I don't know. I make bad games. Anytime I've ever made a game, it's terrible.
Oh, I mean, this is going to be a bad game for sure, but it's going to be a game.
Not with that attitude.
Bad games are the best games, though.
I feel like the tools you make, though, are so huge. Like Mark is our resident server backend game expert. Anything multiplayer, which
that's my background.
At some point, we'll need to talk to you about. Yeah, Mark.
We'll have to have a Gonus chat.
Mark
oh gosh,
space,
anytime. All right.
All right.
Easy question. Best food during GDC. I'll start with Colin on this one.
Yeah, we have a tradition. I don't know how it started, but we go to this vegan sushi place, which I know sounds like an oxymoron there, but it's a fun spot that we go to every year. So that's definitely top for me.
And we get a specific roll there that's a roulette roll where one of 6 pieces or 8 pieces is like ultra spicy, and every year one person gets it.
And it's me. I know. Next year it might be you, Anthony.
Maybe, we'll see.
Mark.
I had one thought, which was I really like the garlic noodles they had, the garlic pork belly noodles, but I'm actually going to replace that. I did it last minute. It was the free ice cream that happened like late at GDC. And it was such a lovely, like, just moment where I was walking around. I saw someone with the ice cream and I was like, where did you get that? I need that now. I think it was like 11 a.m. too. It was just like in the middle of it. And I was like, okay, yeah, I need that ice cream. That ice cream needs to go in my face. That's fantastic.
Yeah, Mark delivered one to me too. I think
that's right. I just
finished
brought
the
a
talk.
circle over too. I was like, here's ice cream.
Yeah, all of a sudden I had ice cream. It was great.
Jamaica.
Yeah. I rediscovered a new milk tea place called Hey Tea, and they have fantastic tea. Oh my gosh, it was so delicious, but the line was very, very long because it was the best milk tea in the area. So highly recommend Hey Tea, HEYTEA. It's very good. Very good.
Yes.
Anthony.
Yeah. So I'm not normally in that area that often, but one of my favorite coffee shops is there. So I tried to go every morning to a place called Golden Goat Coffee, where they have goat milk lattes, which if you have to be into it, like it's love or hate. So I had that as much as I possibly could. It was great. And then there's also like a Japanese cafe around the corner called Cafe Okwari that has incredible katsu chicken sandwiches. So those are my picks.
Oh, nice.
This one, I want to be playing games right now. What game are you playing the most right now? I will start this one. I was playing Slay the Spire last night. I'm on Ascension 6. I'm getting there. I'm going to get to 10. I'm going to get to 10 by the end of April. I feel it. And Pocopia, but there's only one Switch 2 between 2 people, so more Slay the Spire than Pocopia. How about you, Mark?
Still running through Ghost of Tsushima. It's been a long journey. I'm still working my way through it. But it's gorgeous. On the plane I was recently traveling. I discovered Absalom, which is a lovely roguelike. I was enjoying that a lot. I played that for probably about 10 hours on the plane. Colin, what have you been playing?
Let's see. Helldivers. We got another Helldivers 2 in chat, and Marathon. Those are probably the 2 top ones right now. Anthony.
Yeah, I'm in 2 different spaces right now. One, Slay the Spire 2. I've been playing way too much Slay the Spire 2. I'm on Ascension 5 with the robot, and slowly playing through multiplayer too. It's been super fun. And then I've also gotten really back into 3D platformers, and I've been playing this one called Big Hops. It's like an indie one where you're a frog and you get to have all sorts of like items that you can throw around, and the world becomes a little bit sandboxy, so it's been really fun. Got that one on Switch. So when I'm on the move, I'm playing that. When I'm at home, it's Slay the Spire.
Nice.
All right. And our last question. What did Discord release at GDC?
Quite a bit. I'm so glad you asked, Jamaica. Let's go to the next slide and turn it over to Anthony for what we talked about on the show floor and some of the things that are coming or already are available on Discord.
Yep. Okay, so one of the big things that we talked about across all of our talks and also just at the booth in general for game developers was building a community for your game. It's super important because there's a huge player base on Discord, and if you want to capture players in a space that you control, creating a community server is pretty important for that. Creating one in Discord's great. You get a lot of really cool features if you turn it into a community server. So a lot of you might be familiar with community servers, but for game developers, it's super useful because you get to customize your onboarding. You get to create and run events similar to this, where you have the stage channel. You can do AMAs, get your developers in there. Once your server reaches a certain size, you also get analytics, which is huge. See where your players are coming from. But yeah, we talked a lot about making sure that you create a community, capture your player base, and put the invite link in your game, in your marketing materials, like everywhere that you can. We also talked a lot about bridging your game and your community. So companion apps and bots were sort of at the forefront of my talks and a lot of what we were talking about. Creating bots that connect to your game server to run things like giveaways to bring your players back into the game, or to allow sharing through like leaderboards, creating a little bit of like organic marketing for your game. Your players can share their leaderboards. You can create the leaderboards custom to just their friends, so it's not super noisy where you're seeing the top 1,000 players and then it's just them and their friends. So companion apps and bots, pretty huge. We also, as part of that, released some new game development guides. So these were just general overviews for game developers on like how can you use Discord as a tool to help get your game out there and get it seen. One of the big ones, community server guide. So this just is a whole rundown of why you should build a server, what you should think about as you're building it, roles, channels, how to use automod, onboarding, all of those things. We also talked about rich presence. So with the social SDK, with how to get your game seen, if your players are on Discord and your game has rich presence, your players show off everything that you want about your game through rich presence, and you can customize it as they're playing live. You can add things like buttons to get players to join your community or go to your store page. You can customize live what they're doing and create this really cool little billboard of information for your game on players' profiles. Yeah. And next we'll have Mika talk about claiming your game.
Howdy. You may have seen some things around Discord official or claiming your game. I gave a booth talk at GDC about that process, what it means to claim your game, how to claim your game, and the benefits of claiming your game. So, just a little recap. If you follow our documentation, learn how to claim your game. You prove that you're the developer of this game. You then will be able to verify your server, so you get the green check mark, and you can customize how your game's identity appears on the Discord application. So, to show you what that game identity kind of looks like, you may have seen this game profile, you may not have. If you click on someone's activity in Discord who's actively playing a game, and you click on either the cover art or the title, you'll open up this game profile. And if you claim your game, you'll be able to edit pretty much everything you see here. You can edit the screenshots, the banner art there, the box art, the description, your socials. You can update these things as frequently as you'd like. So if you have a new character drop or season event, something like that, you can edit it on the fly after you've claimed your game. So if you are a game developer, I recommend that you claim your game now and get access to these things and more as future things come out. And that is claiming your game. I'll kick it off to whoever is next. Colin, there we go.
Yeah, so we talked also about account linking. I did a booth talk on this. It's something we've had on Discord for a while in different flavors, which is basically, sign in with Discord, having an OAuth flow. But if we go to the next slide, what we really were focused on at GDC was how to power account linking from the social SDK so that you can have things like rich presence, game invites, lobbies, voice chat, all that stuff from Discord. So let's say, find a game that you just recently started playing and they have some sort of like friend code invite system, or just there's a lot of different game devs who have like tried to recreate the wheel on how to bring your friends into their game. And if your friends are already playing games in Discord, it's just nice to be able to log in with Discord, have your friends there, and then be able to account link from there. There's a bunch of other really cool things that account linking is going to bring, which I'll show you in a second. things like game stats widgets, which you can find today in Marvel Rivals and Wuthering Waves. But that's going to be coming out for more games soon as well. Next slide. So if you've not used account linking, it is OAuth under the hood, but the Social SDK does some really cool stuff around handling this for you. So on the left, you start in your game, you click link Discord, we pop you over to Discord to auth and then bring you back into the game. And then if you're on a phone, you're on a console, we can support all of this as well. Next slide. And then the really cool thing here that is kind of newer for GDC is that if you build this into your game, there are places where you'll be able to account link inside of Discord. And so your game shows up in Discord in different places, from rich presence, game invites, game stats widgets, and then game shop items. So if you do go to the Marvel Rivals server, you can go click on the Marvel Rivals shop. And those are in-game Marvel Rivals items you can buy inside of Discord. Mark's going to talk about those in a second. But they do require account linking because the game developer, in this case Marvel Rivals, needs to know who to send the item to. And so with account linking, we get a sense of this person in Discord is this person inside of Marvel Rivals. So we have these entry points in Discord today, and we're working on some more. Next slide. Over to you, Mark.
Sweet. All right, so we can talk a little bit about social commerce. Some of this you might have seen a little bit of before. If you want to next slide it over, and we're talking about Marvel Rivals. So yes, as Colin was talking about, once we have that account linking set up, so we have that connection between a person's game account and their Discord account, we can do some really neat stuff. So like I said, as you may have seen in Marvel Rivals, you have had essentially a web shop inside Marvel Rivals Discord server, so that people can buy an item inside the Discord server, have it show up inside the game. Now, this is still currently limited early access only. We are looking for some more partners to potentially expand this out to now. That's the GDC announcement, is that we're looking for some more partners. If you're interested in doing that, discord.com/social-commerce, I'm pretty sure is absolutely right. I think I got that right. See, no, it's good. But the thing I want to sort of dig into here that I think is super cool, and if you want to go next slide for me, is that it opens up the wonderful opportunity for monetization around gifting. So if we look at sort of and think about the process of like, how do I gift someone a game, especially if I don't own that game? And if I want to give Jamaica, something from Marvel Rivals and I don't have Marvel Rivals and she plays Marvel Rivals, that's a lot of steps for me to take. But being able to pop into Discord and be like, hey, you want a skin for your birthday or something like that, and I can be like, hey, here's a skin for you. You just had a great time, or you shared a clip with me or something like that. I can kind of interact with it in a really great social experience. So there's really cool monetization stuff there too. I also love the fact that within Marvel Rivals itself, they've done a great job. If you are handed something or you get an item, they actually show a whole animation that's like, oh my God, it opens up and it explodes. So they've done a really, really, really great job of integrating that work. So yeah, like I said, if there's anybody here who's interested in potentially coming in and trying this out, please fill in the form on the website. Let's go next slide. So I want to talk a little bit about quests. I'm going to do a little bit of ground setting too, a little bit of foundational work, just remembering. Next slide. So I'm sure many of you have seen these things show up and probably have got some orbs. Orbs are great. So people have probably seen these video quests. We've had these for a long time. These are great. You can basically set these up and point them at almost anything from your game store to your Discord server to your wish list. Anything like that. They have really great completion rates. They're awesome. Go next slide too. And many of you have probably also seen these as well, which are play quests. So being able to stream to your friends a game, usually for about 15 minutes. Again, a rewarded ad format, very much like we've talked about previously, right? Usually orbs. That's also something we've had for a long time. But if you want to talk to the next one, this is the new thing. So we're introducing instant play quests. So you may have seen some experiments we've done here. Basically, this is cloud streaming within Discord so that you can get your demo right in front of people almost immediately without having to download the entirety of the game. So we are looking for more partners here as well. That'll be discord.com/quests if that's something you want to get involved with. We're looking for people who have already got integrations with GeForce Now or Amazon Game Lift streaming. And if you want to take advantage of that. But the tests we've had of that have been really, really good. And just a great way of spreading the word about your game through our discovery engine. Basically, if you're doing like any kind of like early pre-launch work or even post-launch, just to get people to kind of try out your game and take advantage of all the people who play games in Discord. All right, next slide. Handing
All
over to
right,
Colin.
back to me. The other thing that we did ahead of GDC that you all probably have seen, probably have used, is that we did a really big refresh of our docs. So if you go to the next slide, if you haven't been to the docs in a little bit, they look a little different. So you can see them on the slide here. We did mostly tried to keep all of the content the same. So all of your URLs should still work. We're taking any feedback on things if you find any bugs or just some things don't make sense. Feel free to open a GitHub issue or a PR. The other thing that we did here is that whole first sidebar are new guides. So as much as we've had bots for years on the platform, we never really had like a what is a bot? How do you get started with a bot? What are all the different ways that you can use bots? What are companion apps? Anthony talked about that a little bit, and we're really thinking of those as companion apps to games or other experiences. So what does it look like to have something like a Valorant companion app or a leaderboard? And so we added a bunch of introductions. So similarly, we had a whole page on the OAuth spec, but we never really had a page on what the heck is OAuth and why should I use it. And so we've added a whole bunch of guides. We're working on more guides like Anthony's around game development, community management, things like that. So as more developers are starting to build out their servers, we want to make sure that people understand like what does it look like to moderate a server, what sorts of apps and integrations should you use for things like webhooks, keeping your community safe, making sure that it's a community you want to show up in. I think that's a big one is no one really teaches anyone how to be a mod, how to run a big server, how to get people to join that server. And it's a very big part of game development, which was why it was a big part of our GDC tour was just answering questions around what are some of the bots that you as a community have been building that can help these people, but also like what bots might a game company build to take their experience. I really love like an example, if you play Helldivers, will say this one again, they have a few bots in their server where they actually are like extending the lore in the game through the bots in the channel. And so you can take things that are happening in your game world and bring them into Discord. And so, yeah, I do have a weekly standing Helldivers game with all my friends. So it happens every week. But yeah, so check out the new docs. We've got links in chat. And again, the docs are still public. So we have a GitHub repo. If you see something that doesn't make sense or is just incorrect, we are the ones who help maintain those docs. So let us know. Next slide. And it looks like this might be the end of show. So we do have a quick survey if you are interested in letting us know like what you want to see from future events. This one we wanted to just kind of hang out and chat about GDC and all the stuff we saw. But we are going to start doing more like technical code along things, as well as doing interviews with maybe Mark talking about game backends. Digging into the social SDK and the various game engines. It sounds like we've got a Godot convert on the call too. So maybe we'll be diving into that. But we really want to make stuff that you want to see. So fill out the survey, let us know what you want to see. Yeah, we'll get some more events lined up.
Yeah, we should have some more events on the calendar, probably by end of week. I know I've got a webhook one that I'm working on for the integration with the social SDK and doing server-side interception of those DMs and seeing how you moderate them and stuff like that. There's some other ones in the queue that I can't remember, but there's other stuff.
I got two common, one for building companion apps and bots for games,
Nice.
and another one for spatial audio in the social SDK.
Oh, sick.
Ooh.
Very cool. Well, I think that is going to do it. So thanks for hanging out. It was a quick one. We will catch you for the next one.
Thanks all.
See ya.
See ya.